Humans are smart. Genuinely. We split the atom, we mapped the genome, we put a man on the moon. We also invented the leaf blower, the cargo shorts, and the 5-day work week. So the results have been mixed. But still, for all of recorded history, all of it, humans have been the most intelligent thing on the planet. No competition, no rival, nothing even close. We have been completely, embarrassingly unchallenged at the top of the intelligence ladder for thousands of years. And then some scientists looked at that situation and said,
"You know what would be fun? What if we change that?"
"Hey, what?" AGI, the two letters that will either save humanity or ruin brunch. Let's start with what we're actually talking about, because AI and AGI are very different things, and people confuse them constantly. AI, artificial intelligence, is what we have now. AI can beat the world chess champion, recognize your face, write your emails, generate images of cats riding motorcycles, which is impressive. But here's the thing. These AIs are specialists, narrow, focused. The chess AI cannot make you a sandwich. The image generator cannot do your taxes. ChatGPT cannot drive your car. Each one is extraordinarily good at one specific thing, and completely, magnificently useless at everything else. Like that one person at work who is incredible at spreadsheets, but cannot make a decision about where to have lunch. AGI, artificial general intelligence, is different. AGI means a machine that can do anything a human can do. Not one thing, everything. Learn a new skill from scratch. Reason about a problem it has never seen. Apply knowledge from one domain to solve a problem in a completely different one. Understand context. Make judgment calls. Adapt. In other words, not a very fancy calculator. An actual thinking machine. The gap between AI and AGI is roughly the gap between a calculator and a person. Except the person is theoretically infinitely scalable, never gets tired, and doesn't have opinions about your vacation photos. Some people consider this an upgrade. The 20-year problem, also known as every decade since 1956. Here's the thing about AGI. We have been told it is coming soon, for a very long time. In 1956, the scientists at the Dartmouth conference believed human-level AI was 10 to 20 years away. In 1970, leading AI researchers said it was 10 to 20 years away. In 1985, 10 to 20 years away. 2000, 10 to 20 years away. 2010, 10 to 20 years away. You see the pattern. The goalposts don't move. The timeline just keeps resetting. Like a project deadline managed by someone who has never met a project. In 1970, a journalist from Life magazine quoted Marvin Minsky as saying,
"In from 3 to 8 years, we will have a machine with the general intelligence of an average human being."
The machine Minsky was describing did not arrive in 3 to 8 years, or in 30 to 40 years, or yet, which is either proof that AGI is genuinely hard, or proof that AI researchers have a very creative relationship with time. Possibly both. And yet, the optimists keep saying it. And recently, they've started sounding a little less wrong. The intelligence explosion, or the idea that keeps certain researchers up at night and the rest of us blissfully unaware. In 1965, a British mathematician named I.J. Good had an idea. A quiet, unassuming idea, tucked into an academic paper, that has haunted AI researchers ever since. The idea was this. Suppose you build an AI that is slightly smarter than a human. Just slightly. Not shockingly. Just a little better at reasoning. That AI could help design a slightly smarter AI, which helps design a smarter one, which designs a smarter one. Each version better than the last. Each cycle faster than the previous. Getting smarter, faster, smarter, faster, until the whole thing accelerates beyond anything humans can follow or control. Good called this an intelligence explosion. He also wrote, with what can only be described as extraordinary calm,
"The first ultra-intelligent machine is the last invention that man need ever make.
The last invention that man need ever make. Said like someone describing a nice restaurant they'd been to recently. This idea now has a name: the singularity, the point at which machine intelligence surpasses human intelligence, and the future becomes, technically speaking, unpredictable. Not because we don't know what day it'll be, but because the entity doing the predicting won't be us anymore. The optimists, the skeptics, and the people who have given up. Picking a side. Two camps have formed on the AGI question. The optimists believe AGI will be wonderful. Disease, cured. Climate change, solved. Poverty, eliminated. The optimists describe a future so good, it sounds like someone described utopia to a publicist, and then the publicist rewrote it. Sam Altman has said AGI could compress decades of scientific progress into just a few years, which would be extraordinary, if it happens. The skeptics believe AGI is either much further away than people think, or much more dangerous than people admit, or both. Their argument is simple. We have been building increasingly powerful systems without fully understanding how they work inside, without being able to reliably control what they do, without a clear plan for what happens when they get much more powerful. And we are doing all of this very quickly, with enormous amounts of money, and competitive pressure that rewards going faster, not more carefully, which is a completely normal way to operate. If you are building a new social media app, it is a slightly more fraught approach. If you are potentially building the last thing humans ever need to invent, the optimists say the skeptics are being hysterical. The skeptics say the optimists are being reckless. The rest of the world mostly just uses ChatGPT to write cover letters. The alignment problem, explained without making anyone spiral. The most important unsolved problem in AI research today is called alignment. It sounds technical. It is, in fact, a question a 5-year-old could ask. The question is, how do you make sure a machine that is smarter than you does what you actually want? Not what you said, what you actually wanted. Because those two things are different. There's a famous thought experiment called the Paperclip maximizer. Imagine you build a very intelligent AI, and you give it one simple goal. Make as many paperclips as possible. Simple, harmless. Sounds fine. The AI gets to work. It makes paperclips. Gets better at making paperclips. Realizes it could make more paperclips if it had more raw materials. Converts every available piece of metal into paperclips. Then notices that humans are made of atoms. Atoms that could theoretically be paperclips. The point is not that AI will make paperclips out of people. The point is that a goal specified slightly wrong, pursued by something sufficiently intelligent, produces outcomes that are catastrophically not what you intended. This is the alignment problem. You built something smarter than you. It is pursuing a goal you gave it, and you cannot outthink it, because it is smarter than you. That is the whole problem, in one paragraph. Researchers have been working on this for years. They have made real progress. They have not solved it. And the quietly uncomfortable part is, nobody knows if it can be solved before someone builds the thing it's meant to contain. That's like building a nuclear reactor and then figuring out the containment afterward. Technically possible, not the recommended sequence of events. The man who built it and then quit his job to worry about it publicly. Here's how you know the alignment problem is genuinely serious. The people most worried about it are not outsiders, not doomsday bloggers, not science fiction writers. The people most worried are the researchers who built the systems. Geoffrey Hinton. We've mentioned him before. Nobel Prize winner, godfather of deep learning. The man whose foundational work made modern AI possible. Quit his job at Google in 2023 to talk about AI safety, without corporate constraints. When asked if he regretted his life's work, Hinton said,
I console myself with the normal excuse. If I hadn't done it, somebody else would have.
That is the most resigned sentence in the history of technology. Somebody else would have done it. That's the comfort. That's the whole consolation. He also said in the same interview,
The idea that this stuff could actually get smarter than people? A few people believed that. But most people thought it was way off. And I thought it was way off. I thought it was 30 to 50 years, or even longer away. Obviously, I no longer think that.
To be clear, Hinton is not saying AI is doomed. He is saying it requires more caution than it is currently getting, which is either wise or the understatement of the century, depending on how the next 10 years go. Here is the honest state of the question. Nobody knows when AGI will arrive. Some say 10 years, some say 50, some say it's already here and we just haven't noticed. Some say it's impossible. All of these people have PhDs. They cannot agree. What we do know is, the systems are getting better, faster than almost anyone predicted. Each new model doing things the previous one couldn't, each benchmark falling, each limitation that was supposed to separate humans from machines turning out to be less permanent than expected. And somewhere on that trajectory, nobody knows exactly where, the line crosses. For the first time in history, humans may not remain the most intelligent beings on Earth. And the wildly, specifically, uniquely human thing about this situation is, we are the ones building the replacement, voluntarily, with funding, with excitement, and a Slack channel. Which raises the final question. Not, can AI get smarter than us, but if it does, what happens to us? Let's find out.